Hello and welcome to our group video that focuses on cultural analysis from a movie. Today we're going to talk about the movie PK and its significant impact towards our view of the country India. So what comes up into your mind when we say the word India? India is a very colorful country with many cultures to explore and numerous other things to be amazed of. Of course, there are bad stereotypes such as poverty, arranged marriage, insane patriarch, disorganizations, and so on and so on. But India is a country with insanely complex cultural history. Its history is understandably one of the most influential to the rest of the world. Modern India is a country painted with diversity, with a population of over 1 billion people, its country with an insanely strong workforce. So what about the story of this movie PK, you may ask? Well, the story revolves around a humanoid alien who lands on Earth naked on a research mission in Rajasthan, but is stranded when the remote control for his spaceship is stolen. On the same day in Belgium, an Indian Hindu woman, Jagu, meets a Pakistani Muslim, Sarfaraz, and falls in love with him. Jagu's father objects to the relationship, citing religious differences. He consults Godman Tapasvi Maharaj, who predicts that Sarfaraz will betray Jagu. Determined to prove them wrong, Jagu asks Sarfaraz to marry her. At the wedding chapel, she is heartbroken when she receives an unsigned letter, believing it is from Sarfaraz, calling off the marriage due to cultural differences. Jagu returns to India and becomes a TV reporter. She meets the alien and is intrigued to see him distribute leaflets about the missing god. She earns his trust by rescuing him when he attempts to take money from a temple's collection box as a refund on God's broken promises. The alien tells her that he is a researcher from another planet. His people know nothing about dressing, religion, or verbal communication. They transfer ideas by holding hands. The alien learned to fit in with humans by wearing clothes and using money stolen from quote-unquote dancing cars. In a flashback, after being accidentally hit by a truck, the alien is befriended by bandmaster Byron Singh, who takes him along with his troupe. Byron takes him to a brothel, where the alien holds a prostitute's hand for 6 hours and thus learns the Bhojpuri language. Byron suggests him that his thief may be in Delhi. The alien then leaves for Delhi. Due to his strange behavior, people assume he is drunk and call him PK, which is Hindi for drunk or tipsy. The alien adopts PK as a name. People tell PK that only God can help him find his remote. He sincerely practices Indian religions, including Hinduism, Sikhism, Christianity, and Islam, attempting to find God to know him. He later discovers that Tapasvi has his remote, who claims it was a gift from God and refuses to return it. Jagu promises PK that she will recover his remote so he can go back home. PK conjectures that Tapasvi and other godmen must be dialing a wrong number to communicate with God and are advising the public to engage in meaningless rituals. Jagu encouraged the public to expose fraudulent godmen by sending their videos to her news channel. This wrong number campaign turns into a popular mass movement. Tapasvi decides to confront PK on air. Tapasvi asks PK what the right number is. PK says that God that created us all is the only concept people should believe in and that the other duplicate gods are artificial. Tapasvi argues, saying that PK is trying to take people away from their gods and that they will not stand for their gods being taken away. He claims he has a direct connection to God and refers to his prediction for Sarfaraz's betrayal to try to prove that Muslims are liars. PK, having absorbed Jagu's memories from earlier, realizes that Sarfaraz did not write the letter to Jagu. Jagu contacts the Pakistani embassy in Belgium, where Sarfaraz used to work part-time. The embassy tells her that Sarfaraz still loves her and is now living in Lahore. Jagu and Sarfaraz reconnect and Tapasvi is forced to return PK remote. Meanwhile, PK, completing his mission on Earth, are on his way home but has fallen in love with Jagu. He refrains from telling her because she loves Sarfaraz. He takes 2 suitcases full of tapes of Jagu's voice and extra batteries when leaving. He lies to Jagu that the tapes contain a variety of earthly noises which he will miss. Jago realizes his love for her but does not directly confront him about it. Pico does not even look back while going. But then, what are some things we can notice from the movie? In the beginning, when Jago told her family about Sarfaraz, her family disapproved. But instead of letting it get to her, Jago was determined to prove her family in Tapasvi wrong. When we talk about gender equality, India might not be the first country that comes to mind. But the portrayal of Jago in this movie proves that India is taking a step in the right direction. Another thing that is heavily pictured in the movie is the dynamic between people of power and the society. Tapasvi was treated very highly, almost like a saint, and only until PK shows up does that people start to question his actions. The power structure in India is something briefly represented that gives us a clue of what is going on. When PK went to jail, it's really easy for Jago to bribe the police to let her join him. One thing that is also represented briefly, yet clearly, is the difference in social classes. Jago, who was born in a middle-class family, seems to be getting along fine in her life, yet we also see PK taking money from a beggar on the street. The main message of the movie, and whether it's universally applicable or not, is something we struggle to agree with. In one hand, all members of the group conclude that the message is culturally bound yet still applicable to some nations. This argument also states that another message of the movie is that we shouldn't judge people by their appearance. This one is clearly shown in a scene where PK challenged Tapasvi to guess the religion of some people that switched their clothes beforehand. On the other hand, due to the many critical society aspects of the movie, we can't exactly pinpoint which one is the main one.
What we do here is go back.
Moving on from the movie, let's talk about our team orientation. The team is made up of Elias, Emma, Franzi, Tanina, and me, your lovely voiceover, Cika. Elias and Emma are Finnish. Franzi comes from German, Tanina was in French, and I am from Indonesia. Elias and Emma expresses that Finland is a country that greatly appreciates nature. Although it's not very religious, Finnish people still celebrate some Christian traditions such as Christmas and Easter. Franziska, who's German, expresses that German people are very organized. They are also very private, which can sometimes cause a lack of connection between neighbors. Tanina from French expresses that French people have high level of courtesy, like saying sorry when you accidentally bump into someone or hello when walking into a store. Power distance is also something that is considered very high, so it's important to respect the hierarchy. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, it's hard to pinpoint what we should do to blend in with the culture, since different regions have different way of greetings, habit, mindset, and concept of time. One thing that unites all these regions is our country motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or Unity in Diversity, which means diversity is one of the most important aspects in every Indonesian social life. The way we did the group work was honestly pretty straightforward. First, after the group was formed, we had to decide which film we wanted to study. We chose Rajkumar Hirani's PK, which is released in 2014. We then set a date to meet and watch the film together. After watching the movie, we shared the work tasks. Elias, Emma, and Franziska analyzed the film, while Tanina had to do the second part of the cross-cultural teams. I then have to do the presentation video. And overall, everything went well. We were able to find an organizational balance in the group and everyone respected it.